Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Georgia. I hope you're well. We are here today to do my August wrap up. Now August has been such a good reading month. I've read so many books this month. I'm actually so chuffed with myself. So we're just going to go through them today. I'm going to give you my ratings, my thoughts and feelings, and just generally have a chit chat about books. So that is the plan for today. I had 6 books on my TBR for August and I have finished 5 of them and I am currently reading the last one. The only book on my TBR that I didn't finish this month was Arcana Academy, and as you can see I am a good chunk of the way through it. So I'm on chapter 40, which is about 65%. I really nearly did a full TBR this month, but like I say, I am just one book off completing my full TBR, but I still finished 8 books. Go me, very proud. Round of applause for Georgia. Let's talk through the 8 books that I did actually get read this month. First things first, The Monster. Let's get into the 8 books I read in August. The first book I read in August is actually one that I read on my Kindle. So this is Dark Fate by Caroline Peckham and Susanna Valente. This is book 1 in the Ruthless Boys of the Zodiac series, which is like the side series to the Zodiac Academy. This one follows our main character, Elise. I think that's how you say it. That's how I've been saying it in my head this whole time, so I hope that's right. So following our main character, Elise. Now this is set in the same universe as the Zodiac Academy, but it's like a different academy. So I've completely forgot the name of it, but yeah, like I said, it's in the same world, and this series is sort of like one that they tell you to read 3 books into the main series, so I'm assuming that all these characters are going to sort of like connect at some point. So in this one we have our main character Elise, and then we also have 4 kings. Now the kings are sort of like the main male characters in this series. We have sort of 4 potential, not like love interests, but she's trying to get to know them all because she's actually investigating the death of her brother. It's a really interesting concept. It's all very similar to Zodiac Academy, but so different at the same time. So obviously it's the same magic system, it's the same sort of like elemental magic, and like everybody has their order and things like that. So I'm really enjoying this. I don't know if I'm enjoying it as much as the Zodiac Academy so far, but like I say, I am only on book 1. So we'll see how I go as we get into the rest of the series. There are 5 in this series, but I did really enjoy it, so I ended up rating this one 4 stars. I think so far I've rated all of the Zodiac Academy 5 star, but to be honest I don't know if that's just because it being new at the time, whereas now obviously I'm a bit used to all the magic system and things, so I don't know. But 4 stars from me. I did really enjoy it. Very easy writing style, still similar sort of thing, a lot of tension, a lot of spice, really fun. So 4 stars for this one, my first read in August. The next book I read in August was Nightshade by Autumn Woods. Now, if you haven't seen the video on this already, I did read it in a separate video, so I'll pop it up here for you. So I'll keep this one short and sweet. This one follows our main character Ophelia and Alex. Now, this is a sort of like university set in Scotland. I had it in my head this was like a big romance. Like, does this book not scream romance? Like, this is the same as pretty much every cover I have on this shelf here, which is just like my random romance shelf. This is actually more of like a mystery thriller. Like the first 60% of this book there is absolutely no romance. It's just a mystery thriller, and then all of a sudden at like the 60% mark it becomes this big romance. But I did still really enjoy it. It just wasn't what I expected going in. I did annotate this one, which I don't do very often. So our main character Ophelia is sort of investigating the death of her parents near this university. Like usually it's only sort of like the rich families that go here, but she sort of gets in on sort of this like weird little scholarship type thing. And she is, like I say, investigating her parents' death, so she's looking into all the staff, all the students, trying to find any sort of information that she can. Within the school there's quite a lot of like mafia families, things like that. There's 4 houses and one of the houses is basically just like mafia, so she's sort of like trying to infiltrate and get information out of those. If you want to see my true sort of thoughts and feelings as I read this book and a few out of context quotes, then I will leave it linked up here like I said. But I did enjoy this. I think I rated it 4 stars in the end, or was it less than that? I can't remember now. Yeah, I rated this 4 stars, so like I said, I did enjoy it. It just wasn't what I expected going in, so it was my own sort of expectations that made this ever so slightly disappointing, but still really enjoyed it. So this is book 2 for August. The next book I read in August is one that actually makes me really sad. So I finally read Free Round It Back by Liz Tom Ford. Now this is book 5 in the Windy City series, which now means I am up to date. I thought initially that I was now done with this series, but it turns out she's actually going to write Monty a book, so I'm really excited for that one because it means we're not completely done with these characters. So I absolutely love this series so much. I haven't rated all the books 5 stars, but I'm absolutely classing this as a 5-star series because like the amount of times I think about these books and the amount of times I recommend these books, it's definitely a 5-star series. I did rate this book 5 stars as well. So this one follows Rio and Halle. Now Rio is a character that we see in all of the books. Like, he's a big part of book 1 and book 2. He's sort of like in that sort of friendship group and that sport group. We've kind of watched him grow throughout all these books. We've seen all the other characters fall in love while he's been part of their romance sort of thing. It's just so sweet. I absolutely love this one. So it's a second chance romance. Rio and Hallie were together when they were like sort of like 16, 17 I think, and then they had this quite traumatic sort of breakup and traumatic story, and then have reconnected when they're much older. Rio's been sort of hooked on this girl forever. It's really sweet, sort of like soulmate type book. I absolutely love this. I love a second chance romance because not only have you got the dual POV, you also get the dual timeline, which I really enjoy, sort of seeing them fall in love when they're younger and then fall in love all over again as they're older. I really enjoy that. I absolutely loved this book, and like I say, I did rate this one 5 stars. It's just such a nice way to sort of like wrap up this series. But like I say, we are now getting Monty's book as well. I loved this book. It was so good. I highly recommend this series. They're spicy, they're fun, there's so much banter, and it's such a good sort of like found family group. I love it. I love it so much. I highly recommend these books. The next couple of books, I kind of went into a bit of like a country phase and just wanted to read country romances. So I first read Live Ranch Love by Emma Lucy. Now this is, like I said, it's book romance. It's book 1 in the Willow Ridge series. This one follows Aurora and Wyatt. So Aurora is actually from London and her auntie owns a ranch in the US. So her auntie passes away and leaves the ranch to Aurora. Now Aurora's plan is to go over there, sort of wrap things up and sell the ranch. She doesn't want it. She doesn't want to be involved there. Her life's in London sort of thing. But then she gets there and basically meets Wyatt. Now Wyatt is the ranch sort of like manager. He is the one that sorts everything out, works the ranch, and also organises the rest of the workers to keep the ranch up and running. This ranch is Wyatt's life. He was really close with Aurora's aunt and she sort of left him in charge. So they basically end up working together and trying to find an arrangement that works for them both to keep this ranch up and running as sort of like a profitable business. I'm not going to give you much more than that, but I absolutely loved this. It was spicy, it was fun, it was really interesting to see them both navigating their own sort of problems. Aurora is like a wellness and fitness influencer. Yeah, Wyatt is just sort of like your hands-on ranch manager. So they're completely different people, and it's really fun seeing them, their sort of two worlds clash, if you like. So I really enjoyed the dynamic. Again, the banter in this is incredible. The spice is really great. The character development from the beginning to the end of this book is really cool. It's really fun seeing them both sort of learn from each other and them both sort of meet in the middle. It was really fun. I really enjoyed it. It is sort of like a workplace romance because they start as business partners, but then these feelings start to brew, and you have the grumpy sunshine dynamic, and all together I just really enjoyed this one, and I'm really excited to get my hands on book 2 that does actually come out on the, I want to say 11th of September, so I'm really looking forward to reading that one as soon as I can get my hands on it. I did rate this one 4 stars in the end. I do feel like that's a bit of my sort of like default rating when I enjoy a book, but yeah, I did really enjoy it. It was fun, it was spicy, so 4-star rating from me. So I then carried on with my sort of like country theme and jumped straight into Holding the Reins by Paisley Hope. I got to the end of that one and was just like, do you know what? I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the country, easy read sort of book, so I jumped straight into this one. So this one follows our main characters Cecilia and Nash. So Cecilia goes through like a really toxic breakup and basically moves back to her family home and her family ranch. Within this family ranch is a sort of like, he's not like an adopted brother, but it's basically our main character Nash. I'm pretty sure his parents died and their family sort of take him under their wing. So Nash is sort of brother's best friend sort of situation, close family friend, and Nash is also an ex-professional ice hockey player. When Cece moves home, so her name's Cecilia, but everybody calls her Cece, so we're just gonna go with Cece. When she moves home, she's obviously in need of a job, so she gets there, and Nash has the sort of perfect job lined up for her. So he has his own sort of sports centre. So with them being in such a small town, Nash basically opens this centre as somewhere for people to still have access to sport. Because he's an ex-ice hockey player, he does have quite a lot of money to his name, so he's able to support these kids into scholarships and things like that. So he needs somebody to help do the finances, and Cece is in finance before she sort of moved back home. So they come to an agreement where she will basically sort the finance side of his business for him. So we do again have that workplace romance. I wouldn't say this is a massive cowboy thing. Like Nash helps on the ranch occasionally. She lives on a ranch, but you don't really have that ranch life very much with this. You have the close family thing, you have like the brothers that are both cowboys, and then she calls him like a part-time cowboy, so he does help on the ranch every now and then. He can ride horses and things like that, but he's not a cowboy, he's an ice hockey player. But it's still really good, and it's still that sort of setting, and I really like the country lifestyle and things like that. I think it's really fun. So again, we have the dual POV, we have this really spicy book. I really enjoyed it. It's very similar to the other one, if I'm honest. Workplace romance sort of situation. I really enjoyed it. It was another just easy read country romance. So again, I rated this one 4 stars. I'm looking forward to jumping into the rest of this series as well. I do have them here, they're the sprayed edges one. So this is book 1 in the Silver Pines, if I didn't say before. And again, another 4-star read. The next book that I read in August was Daughter of the Pirate King, and do you know what? I love this. I actually really enjoyed this book. I read this for a scavenger hunt that I did. Again, I'll leave it up here if you want sort of my thoughts and feelings as I read this book. I enjoyed this a lot more than I expected to. It's really easy reading. It is YA, so again, it just flows really easy. It's really easy to read. It's very sort of get lost into really easily sort of book. So it's a pirate one, as you can guess. So this follows our main character, Alosa. Now, Alosa is the daughter of the Pirate King, and she basically gets captured by an enemy pirate crew to try and find this piece of a map. Now, once you've got all 3 pieces of the map, you will then have the sort of like key to the treasure trove. It's basically rumoured that that's where all the sirens take all the treasures that they steal from pirates. As you can imagine, as a pirate, that is sort of like the goal in life. So we have a lot of sort of pirate lore and siren lore and things like that, and I really enjoyed it. It was just so easy and so enjoyable. I won't talk about this one too much because, like I said, I did read this for a scavenger hunt video, so all my thoughts and feelings are in there, but I loved it. I really loved it. It was just fun, and I cannot wait to get into the rest of the series. If you've not watched it already, book 2 is on my TBR for September, so I am planning on sort of like continuing on with this pretty much straight away, which is unlike me. I usually read a book in a series and then forget about it for 2 months and then randomly jump back into it later on, but I am planning on continuing straight on with this series, which gives you a good idea of how much I enjoyed book 1. It's not really complex, it's not this really big adventure, it's just fun. There is a romance throughout. Like I said, there is a lot of lore on sort of like the sirens and things. Book 2 is Daughter of the Siren Queen, so I'm assuming we're going to get a lot more of that. But yeah, there is a romance with one of the people that she's sort of like captured by, which obviously she didn't expect, but it's just a really interesting concept, and I really enjoyed it. So I highly recommend this book, and I rated it 4.25 in the end. I was stuck between like a 4 and a 4.5 because I do feel like it's better than the books that I've rated 4 stars, but I don't feel like it was a 5-star either. So I do believe in the end I stuck with a 4.25, but I loved it. I cannot wait to continue on with this series. It is so much fun. The next book I read in August is Out on a Limb by Hannah Burnham Young. Now, this is a book that has been sort of like on the back of my mind for a while that I've really wanted to read. This is an author that I've wanted to read from for a while. And then when I got my Everand app, which is just like an audiobook app, I saw this on there, so I thought, you know what, let's just do it. Let's get around to it. Let's read this book. And I really enjoyed it. So at the beginning, there's a big sort of like author's note bit on what she wants to achieve from her books, and honestly I really like it. So the author herself has like an underdeveloped hand, and that's sort of the same for her main female character. So we have the female character with this underdeveloped hand, and we also have our main male character who has had one of his legs amputated. So our main female character is called Winifred, but they just call her Win. And then our main male character, Beau, meet basically at this Halloween party. So her best friend throws a Halloween party every year, and they both go as pirates. He wraps his leg in like a wooden sort of texture, so it looks like a peg leg, and then she has a hook because she doesn't have her full hand, and it's just like quite a big joke throughout the book that that's how they met. And everybody thinks that they've gone as a couple, like as a couple's costume, and that's how they end up meeting at this party. And from that party they then have this one night stand, and from this one night stand they end up pregnant. Now, I know a lot of people don't like the unexpected pregnancy trope, but I really like how it was done in this one. I don't mind that trope anyway, I will admit, I don't mind that trope at all. But I really like how it was done in this book, and it's the first time I've seen it done this way. So usually they have this sort of romance and then they end up pregnant, and then that's sort of like the end of the book. Whereas in this, they get pregnant right at the beginning of the book. So I really like how this one was done, because we sort of go through the pregnancy stages with them, and then them actually having the child and the sort of complications that they feel they're going to face with them having the disabilities that they have. I really enjoyed this. So we have that sort of friendship build that then turns into a relationship, but we also have this co-parenting sort of situation, and it's just really fun. We also have a few spicy scenes in this one, so it also has that element to it as well, which I really enjoy. But this was just all together a really fun book, and something that I haven't really read. I haven't really had any of that representation in a book, I suppose. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to jump into book 2. So I think book 2 is actually going to be about her best friend, which are a couple that are already married. I'm really intrigued to see how that sort of works, and it's going to be a bit of a second chance and a bit of a rekindling, I think. I absolutely love it. Highly recommend this book, and I think, again, I rated this about 4.25 as well. I really enjoyed this one. And then the final book that I finished in the month of August was Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark, and I'm sorry, but look how bendy these are. So this is the book 1 in the Brutal Birthrights series by Sophie Lark. Now, these are dark mafia romances. I love a dark mafia romance. I love mafia romance anyway, but do you know what? I didn't love this. I did do a mix of physically reading this and audio in this, so I don't know if maybe the audio side of it ruined it a little bit. His voice was quite annoying. I enjoyed the setup, I enjoyed the development and things like that, but I just feel like I've either missed something completely, or there was just quite a lot of timeline jumps in this. So like the characters literally went from trying to kill each other to like being obsessed, and it was just things like that that just annoyed me a little bit. I don't know if I'd just missed things, because obviously I was jumping between audio and physically reading it, so I don't know if maybe I messed up and like skipped some chapters or something. I don't know, I just feel like it was very I hate you, no actually I'm obsessed with you and I love you, and it was just very jumpy in that aspect, but I did enjoy it. I will still carry on with it. I'm interested to see how they do the rest of the series, because is it 6 books? So I am intrigued to see sort of like who the other 6 books follow. So this book follows our main female character Ada. Now Ada is part of the Gallo family, so it's the Irish mafia, and she sneaks into a party at the Griffin's house, which is an Irish mafia family. So she sneaks into this party and basically ends up setting fire to the library. Kind of accidentally, kind of on purpose. It's a bit of a awkward situation. To remedy the situation, the two dads in those mafia families have a meeting and decide that, do you know what, let's marry my daughter and your oldest son, and let's just make an alliance, and let's sort of bring our two families together and end these feuds that have been going on for years and years and years. So that's what they do. Now neither party is particularly happy about this. They hate each other, and they basically spend the first few weeks just trying to harm each other, and like she knows he's allergic to something, so she gives him that and things like that, and it's just this back and forth of drama between the two. It is spicy, like I say, it is a dark romance. It's not as dark as I expected from a mafia romance, if I'm honest, but it was still fun. But I did enjoy this one. Like I said, I didn't love it. I only rated this one about a 3-star. I do feel like it was written in quite a YA way to say it's a dark romance. I don't know. I didn't love it. Like I say, 3-star. It was fine, it was fun, but quite a lot of plot holes and timeline holes, if you ask me. But 3-star, so still okay. Still enjoyed it. So there are the 8 books that I read in August. It was a really good reading month overall, and I think that's the most books I've ever done in one month, so I'm really proud of myself for that one. I have a few books and a few series that I want to continue on with going into next month. Like I said, we do have the next book in the Willow Ridge series, and I do want to read the next book in the Pirates series as well. But we also have a lot of new releases next month. We have a lot of new books that I really want to get to as well. So it should be a really exciting month next month as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. I have some exciting videos planned for next month as well. So if you want to make sure you don't miss those, then definitely subscribe. I really enjoyed them. I had a really lovely reading month. I really hope you guys did as well. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And as always, my social media, my Amazon wishlist, my Goodreads and my business email, all in the description bar below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you're well. Take care. Bye.